Hey, welcome to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you tuned in here. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. This segment brought to you by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks with 12 locations across Southwest Missouri. Drive new roads, drive a Chevy. Our Athlete of the Week segment, we go to Blue Eye High School, and the cross country head coach, Coach Jacob Thompson Krug, commonly referred to and friendly referred to as Coach TK. But Coach, hey, thanks so much for your time today, and just some two outstanding athletes and outstanding results, and just their willingness to come on. I appreciate them as well. But tell us a little bit about the state cross country meet.
Um, it was a perfect race conditions. It was a beautiful day. We've been preparing since summer, rolling over from a successful track season. That by the time you get to this point of the year, you're just doing everything you can to stay healthy. You put miles in for so many months. You can go out and run a really fast 5K, but you can only do it if you've been taking care of your body, stretching, rolling out, fueling your body with the right types of food. And so, we got to the race in fairly good condition. Boys ran really hard. There was 4 points separating us from being runners up in class 2. And we'd finished runners up in class 1 the last 2 years. And knew we had a chance to compete. It was going to be tough. We had several PRs on the boys race, and we're able to get on the podium with the 4th place finish. And there's a lot of other programs that wish they could have been there. And I know our boys wanted a lot more than that 4th place finish, but they all ran exceptionally well. And the girls, we had some new girls this year. We knew it was going to be tough, but again, several of them had some PRs Saturday. They finished 6th, and they really ran well. Like I said, it was ideal conditions for them to display all their training.
Well, alongside of you on either side, you've got 2 of the most decorated cross-country runners in the history of the state of Missouri. And we'll start with Ryan Carzanzia first. And Ryan is did I get close, Ryan?
Yeah.
Ryan is 4-time state medalist in the state cross-country meet. Not many folks over the past 50 years have done that. You are you're in a very elite group. But Ryan, tell us a little bit about this weekend, or this past race, I guess. What were your experiences there, and what did you feel like you accomplished?
It was fun. I didn't run how I was planning on running, but I think the biggest part was just how connected me and my team were, and we still podiumed, which was huge for class 2, and we were pretty happy with it. But yeah, results weren't what they wanted, but it was a great last race.
Well, you medaled. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about your race. And I know you said at the beginning you weren't happy with it, but Coach talked about the conditions being really well. If you had to go back and do it over, what changes would you make if you could run that race again?
Yeah, the conditions were amazing. I started off behind 3rd place, which was Rex Heath from Principia, and he passed me right around like the 2K, and he started to gap me, and I wish I would have stayed closer to him for the finish and not let him get so far ahead of me.
Now you coming out of your senior season here with regards to cross country. What are your plans right now into the winter? Do you continue training? Do you play other sports? What's going on right now?
I play basketball in the winter, and I try to run as much as possible, but it's hard having games for basketball as well. But I'm going to continue to run and get ready for track season. So
now you're a senior.
Yeah.
What plans, if any, do you have for next year? Have you started thinking about that? Or are you going to let kind of get through the holiday season before you start thinking about that? Or have you thought about that?
I put a lot of thought into it, and I plan to run next year in college, but I'm very undecided on where I want to go right now. I'm just gonna see how it goes.
All right, as you look back on your 4 years in cross country, what are some moments that really stand out to Ryan as you look back? What are some high moments? Maybe you overcame an injury. Maybe you overcame a race where you were trailing. What are some of the memories that really stick out?
I would honestly just have to say, I don't know. I feel like state every year is definitely the best experience, I would say. And I would say that probably this year is probably my favorite year so far.
All right, if you could go back, to that Ryan Cardanza, who is a freshman, what would you tell him in his freshman year if you could give yourself a little advice?
I would probably say that to take the easier runs more easier and not worry so much about trying to be fast and trying to stay healthy.
Very good. Well, Ryan, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the Missouri Sports Network, congratulations on being named a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, and best of luck as you go forward into basketball season.
Thank you.
And on the other side, we have Riley Arnold, who probably is maybe the most decorated or among the most decorated cross country and track and field athletes in the history of the state. Riley, good morning and welcome to the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello.
Not unfamiliar. You've been on several times before, but Riley, take us back to this particular race here at the state championships. What were your impressions going into it? And a very narrow victory for you, maybe the closest race you've been involved in, 0.4 of a second. Tell us about the race.
Yeah, it was definitely the closest finish that I've had. The weather was really good, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of good competition for me. My strategy wasn't really to not lead. I usually try to lead all of my races, but just glad that it came through at the finish. So.
Now, this is your 4th consecutive first place finish, and this time you did it in Class 2. What were the changes there from going Class 1, Class 1, Class 1? You guys get bumped up to Class 2. What were the challenges with going up a class?
Yeah, I knew that there was going to be more competition for me in Class 2, but it all worked out, and I'm kind of glad that we moved up, and it was a good challenge for me.
So take us through your memories going back to your freshman year. What are some things that really stand out to you? And I know it's hard to overlook 4 consecutive state titles, but what are some other things that stick out?
Definitely winning state my sophomore year with a good girls team was a good highlight for me. Yeah, just all the practices and all the team bonding stuff that we did, just really good memories to keep. So.
Is there a race you'd like to run over? It may not be a state race because you won all of those. Looking back, or is there a race you'd like to go back and run again? Maybe you finish second.
Yeah, the first race of this year at Bolivar, I got 4th, which I wasn't happy about. So I want to do that one again. But
all right, very good. Well, I was there, and I thought that might come up.
Yeah,
because I wasn't going to go interview you after you finished Florida. Okay, she may not want to have a microphone stuck in her face, but Riley, what your senior year now? What are your plans for the winter as you move on? I know Blue Eye does a tremendous job sharing athletes. What are you doing from here?
Yeah, I play basketball in winter, and then track in the spring. And then after this year, I'll run track and cross country at SBU. So
very nice. That's right in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is very nice. Well, Coach does a great job up here. He's actually my next door neighbor. I see him every morning as he goes out. He got a lot of kids meeting over here and run. I just got to keep him from trying to cheat and run through my yard to save some steps here. But anyway, Riley, again, congratulations on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Athlete of the Week, and well deserved for both of you and Coach TK. You know, what's it going to mean? You've got 2 very special talents here. How do you replace these 2? And you probably can't, but talk a little bit about what they've meant to the programs.
We wouldn't be where we're at in our program without these 2. Ever since they came in as freshmen, they were mature beyond 14-year-olds should be. And so they've been able just to grow and influence others. I know that the boys team, Ryan's really pulled and pushed and spent a lot of extra time getting those boys motivated to run faster. And Riley has really taken some of those younger girls under her wing and encouraged them and, help them believe in themselves that they can, if they work a little bit harder, it's tough, but you'll see a lot of success. You just keep it pushing. And so I'm going to miss their leadership. They have great insight with all of their experience running in state meets since their freshman year. So they've taught me a lot about coaching. I wouldn't be the same coach if they hadn't come through Blue Eye. So I'm indebted to them for all the knowledge that they've given me. And I'm hoping I can take what they've taught me and pass it on to the younger kids after they're gone.
Well, I asked Ryan and Riley what their plans are. What do you do? What are you going to be doing over the winter and into the spring?
Honeydew lists I've been putting off since June. So, and then actually we about 4 days a week, there's a group of kids, middle school, high school that don't play basketball, that they like to go out and run on the course. And so I give them a workout, and they want to stay in shape. They've enjoyed their success running, but they're not basketball players and they don't want to just sit down. So I give them a structured activity to do, and they just kind of stay in shape. So when track season rolls around and they can, get in track shape, then they can compete at their highest level. And then it just will roll over into summer. Very
good. Well, Coach TK, I certainly appreciate you helping set this up. And again, Ryan and Riley, on behalf of Chevy the Ozarks, congratulations being named Athletes of the Week here at the Missouri Sports Network. And you guys will be watching, and Riley, don't cut through my yard when you get up here.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Hey, again, thank you. You've been listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Labor's Local, 663, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, Shelter Insurance, Grant Baker, and Aurora, the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Keep it right here.